Hey, CI 1948 here. I'm working on the George workbird. I tried making a video the other day. I was doing little snippets of how all this came apart, and I went in to edit it and nothing saved. So I kind of threw it back together how it was in case anyone has any interest in knowing how this thing comes apart and goes together, because there's not really much information out there for it. I found one manual, and it was for a different version other than this. It was like everything was just a little bit different. Like on that one, the hood opened here, like the centerpiece opened up, and it had like a directional thing here that tells you where the wheel was at. And also the reverse was forward, engaged your forward, and then all the way back engaged reverse. This one's not that way. This one actually has a gear for reverse, and when you press forward on the pedal, it puts it in reverse. The transmission does, instead of the pulley system. So for the deck, this was a bit of a pain to get off. At first I thought I had to take these 4 bolts, there's 2 on each pole here. I thought I had to take those off, and that whole piece would come off. Then I got looking at it a little closer, and there's holes here, and there were pins put through here. They were slid in, and there was pins here, and then this centerpiece didn't really latch in. It just kind of was sitting into that part up there, which I also tells me what this shaft here is for. There should be wheels here, and then that there you just lift up on the whole deck to so you can line it up with that center pin. Otherwise, you'd have a heck of a time trying to get this thing picked up high enough to go in there. The mowing deck is pretty unique too on it. You got your shaft or your gearbox up here, and then up underneath, this is a heavy mowing deck, so I'm going to see if I can flip it. Nope, not from this side. Not one-handed. Maybe from... This thing weighs 100 pounds or better. Yeah, I don't know if that's belt drive up under there, or gear drive, or chain drive, or how it is. But I guess I'll find out eventually. There's a bolt on like each corner there that holds that tin work on. There's a bolt there too. But one up behind there. This video is also partially so I can have an idea of how to put it back together, considering I have no instructions for it. The hood I started cleaning up. It's come along pretty good. This centerpiece here, there's a nut down here that twists out. Then there's an alignment pin up top that goes into a hole up there. And up here you got two screws, or 2 bolts that go all the way across to the hood. Go all the way through there, and that holds that on. Then you can take that off. Okay. Then you get down to the engine. Sorry, this isn't very good. One-handedness is kind of difficult. And I wasn't planning on doing this video like this. But you get access to your whole pulley system. I am missing a shield that should go from here all the way up to about here. This here is actually, from what I understand from the manual, is to lock both your wheels. It controls something in there, and it ends up going down to your wheels and locking both of them. Instead of having where one spins and the other one doesn't, this one locks both in gear, which I think is a pretty cool idea. Because there are plenty of times I've run in with other mowers where you just can't do that, and you get stuck and then you're stuck, or you can't pull something. As for this, notice how that bar's just laying down there, it'd run into the ground. Well, I thought of that. This here comes up to that catch there, clicks right in. You can run around the yard with it in. You need to set up the attachment. Just pull up on that lever and there she goes. Let's see here. The engine, there's 4 bolts holding it on. And then the starter generator, there's 2 holding it on. Well, 3 really. But the base is actually connected to the platform where the engine is. The gas tank is held on by 2 bolts. There's one here. There's one over here. And you can take that off. See, the starter generator, the bracket's off the engine. But I think I'm going to have to pause and get that. Well, let me set you up here. Do this in one take. Pull this engine off. Find a good spot to grab it. And then there's the platform. And see what I mean? Your starter generator mounts down into the base here, into those 2 holes. I've never seen one set up like that. Normally this mount would be on the side of the engine. And there's your transmission back in there. And then even further back in there, oops, knocking the gas tank off, even further back up in there is your steering. This gear here comes down off your steering wheel and it meshes with this other gear, and then it goes down to this chain. This chain shoots all the way back. I believe there's another cog or something up under there. That it attaches to. And it goes all the way back here. I'm hoping you can see something, because I sure can't. I'm just holding the tripod where you might be able to see something. Okay. Let's see, what else is there that's unique? There's your brake lock. This here, you push it forward and that locks on your brake. Or you can just lock it with this. This here, I believe, is for the PTO for your mowing deck. This engages that. This is your choke control. I do have the little handle. It looks like that. That's for your throttle. And then the choke control, that broke off, but I can get it back on. Back here's your steering. Gives you a pretty good radius. But yeah, that's about how far I am. I use some paint stripper on some of this and hit it with pressure washer, and it's cleaning up pretty good. Yeah, back here I got to be careful because it's still got the original decal on it. I want to try and save all the decals I can, because this has the they're not very good, but the oh, there's the serial number on it. 0080-163. There's your controls. This is your ignition, on and off. This is for your headlights. This is your push button starter. And this red light, according to the manual, from what I understand, it should come on when your ignition's on but the engine's not running. It's your generator light. And if your generator is functioning, it will go off. But the generator wasn't functioning and the light wasn't coming on, so something's definitely up there. I'm going to have to probably work on some wiring down in there. That doesn't surprise me though. But that's no big issue. So the main thing is just getting it cleaned up. Everything seems to work on it. Just get it cleaned up, painted, new tires for it. I actually do have the right rims for it. They're those over there in the corner, but they're still pretty standard mower tires. And the one in the manual actually had narrow tread, so I question if those are the right ones. Also had narrow tires on the rear, so these all could be wrong. I don't know. There's not really enough information out there for me to be certain on anything like that. I'm just guessing. But yeah, that's this project. Little 8-horse Kohler on it. I don't know if you can read any of that. But yep, it's a pretty unique little mower. Everything's just a little bit different about it. That pulley system's fun. But all right. Well, I'm going to call this a video. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.